Okay, Rabotai. Today's yechave daat shiur is not from yechave daat. Actually, it's from his son. We're going to read hannukah from Chacham David Yosef in the Sefer Torah Mu'adim. Torah Mu'adim is a beautiful sefer. Yadiv, ever open this thing?
No.
It's a great sefer.
Never heard of it.
No, you did. Okay, Torah Mu'adim, beautiful set. Okay, here's the first question of the day. What do you say on the lighting of the Hanukkah candles? Lehadlik ner Hanukkah or lehadlik ner shel Hanukkah? And so, actually, you know what? For this, in an effort to save some time here, we'll do this halakha. We'll do first out of the Mishnah Berurah. Maran Shulchan Aruch writes in Siman 676. Actually, the Gemara. I'll tell you what the Gemara says. The Gemara Shabbat says you say lehadlik ner shel Hanukkah. The Gemara uses the word shel. Maran Shulchan Aruch, he writes. The Gemara says shel. Yeah. Hamadlik belel rishon mevarech shalosh berachot lehadlik ner Hanukkah. So Maran Shulchan Aruch takes out the word shel. If you look at the bottom, Mishnah Berurah says, that's written by the Hafetz Haim. But Gemara v'chol poskim ita ner shel Hanukkah. And the Gemara and all the poskim it says shel. V'chei katav Mahashal. So does the Mahashal. Ach shekatav shiyumash shel Hanukkah b'milah ahat. The Mahashal actually writes, it's one word, shel Hanukkah. It's one word. V'ha'olam en nogim lakpid bazeh, but nobody does this. In the Shaarey Teshuvah, which is also written by the Hafetz Haim, he writes, Ayin ba'ala itur de b'Shabbat omrim ner shel Shabbat. On Shabbat we say le'alik ner shel Shabbat. Shel in Hebrew means of. Le'alik ner shel Shabbat, to light the candle of Shabbat. That's what the word shel means. So the question is, do we want to say to light the candle of Hanukkah or to light the Hanukkah candle? That's the question. So, b'Shabbat omrim ner shel Shabbat. On Shabbat we say the word shel of. Because the Hanukkah candle you're not allowed to use for personal benefit. That's why we say the Hanukkah candle, to make sure everyone knows this is only a Hanukkah candle. It's not personal candle. It's not a candle of Hanukkah. It's a Hanukkah candle. You cannot use it for your reading. But the Shabbat candles were given for us to have shalom bayit, to have light in the house. That's one reason. That's one logical reason why you should not say shel on Hanukkah. Katav od tam, and the Mahazik Perachah is another reason. The only mitzvah on Hanukkah is the candle. There are no other mitzvot on Hanukkah. Dreidel is not a mitzvah. Dreidel is a custom. Lebad, Mashenkin Shabbat. However, on the other hand, Shabbat, sheyesh ba mitzvot ma'asiyot. We have a lot of mitzvot on Shabbat. Kiddush, Seudah, V'chulu. Further, V'ner gam ken echad mehen. The candle is one of the mitzvot of Shabbat. Shayach lomad ner shel Shabbat. That's what you say. The candle of Shabbat. It's one of the mitzvot of Shabbat. And that's two reasons why he gives over here the word shel would make sense not to say in Hanukkah. Now, the Chala Ma'aseh for us, at least for the Sfaradim, is Maran Shulchan Aruch says la'adlik ner Hanukkah with no shel, and Chacham David over here says hamadlik nerot Hanukkah tzarich lebarech balad harishon shalosh barachot la'adlik ner Hanukkah. We just say la'adlik ner Hanukkah. Ve'ha'ashkenazim mevarchim. Ashkenazim say la'adlik ner shel Hanukkah. They use the word shel. The Ashkenazim are doing exactly what the Gemara says. The Gemara says shel, so it's pretty good. And so therefore, this is the halakha l'maaseh when it comes to this. And then I want to do
the main reason is because you use it for personal use.
The Mishnah Berurah is
not.
That's one. And the second logical reason is because the Ner Hanukkah is the Hanukkah candle is all we got on Hanukkah. It is Hanukkah. So this is the mitzvah of Hanukkah. Le'alik ner Hanukkah. This is the mitzvah of Hanukkah. That's the whole thing. That's all we got. Not like it's one of the things we do for Hanukkah. On Shabbat, you have Kiddush, so.
Right, but I think grammatically, like you would think that it's not a special candle of Hanukkah. It's a candle that you're using.
It is Hanukkah.
But you're lighting a candle for Hanukkah.
Yeah. Grammatically, you need the word for.
You should use for.
You should the word
unless you created a special candle that you can only use for Hanukkah, then it'd be
unless you put a hey in there. Le'alik ner Hanukkah.
Right.
A candle of the Hanukkah.
That's my own 2 cents.
Hey. Say it again. That's a great question. So I saw a little bit of a notation that maybe other people have different girsas in the Gemara, maybe different texts. The Gemara that we use is Vilna. We all use the Vilna text of the Gemara probably, but maybe in different texts of the Gemara they take the word shel out. So that would be one. Good question. Okay, halakha number 2. Should we do this one, Yossi? All right, here's halakha number 2. Also from Hacham David Yosef in Torah Mu'adin. Here's the question. Should a child, now if you're Ashkenaz, the children light their own Hanukkahs, but if you're Sephardi, and we only light one menorah, one Hanukkah for the house, should you let the children help you, or should you do it all with an adult? No children under 13 or 12 helping you if you're Sephardi. And so he says over here, in Shulchan Aruch it says, a minor who reached the age of training should light the candles. That's what Shulchan Aruch writes. So if you want to say that your children can't help you light, what does you do with Shulchan Aruch? But the Magen Avraham says, no, if Shad Demairi Shesh Lo Bait, maybe we're talking about a kid that lives alone. A kid that lives alone or orphan, God forbid. If he's the age of training, he should light. Okay. Some people have the custom amongst the Sfaradim, since the owner of the house, the man of the house, lights on his own, in order to train the kids, after the father of the house lights the first candle, they give trainable age kids to light the other candles. That's the custom of a lot of people. The Lebush says no. If your kids are not bar mitzvah, don't let them light any of the candles, only the shamash. The Lebush says you have to light, if you're Sfaradi, you have to light the candles all by yourself or only adult children. The Gaon Ya'abetz writes not only that, if you're Sfaradi and you have one Hanukkah, one menorah in your house, you light one candle and you let the kids light the other candles, it's not considered as if you did level 3 of the Gemara. The Mehadrin, it's considered as if you just did level 1 and you lose credit for doing the whole 8. The Chol Hadam Mitzvah. Ulam, however, in the truth of Maharshal, he writes, the Maharshal says, you don't have to light all the candles by yourself. For sure, in the shul, he says, you can split it up to different people. Let me skip some of these sources. The Gaon of Haim Palaji, the Kaf Haim Palaji says, he brings the words of the Ya'abetz, which says, don't let the kids light the candles. And he says, if your children are of trainable age, then that means they know what's going on. It's the opposite. The Chaim Palaji says it's good to train your kids and let them light some of the candles. And he writes this in the Sefer Moed L'Chol Hai. The Gaon of Yosef Haim, the Ben Ish Hai, writes, "Tov li'ten le'ahad mibanav haketanim le'adlik bi'adam haner hanosaf." It's good to let your little children light the additional candles after you lit the first one. Kedei le'hanecham b'mitzvot, to train them in mitzvot. Shegam bazeh haner hanosaf yesh kesat mitzvah. Says the Ben Ish Hai. That's my custom. And it's the proper thing to do. And don't give them to light the first candle. You have to light the first candle. Umashma, it seems, the Sbira aleh, that he holds the bench high. The Afbi, Giu Lechinuch, Ilna Akel, Ela Benera Shamash Bilbad. We don't know what he means when he says, don't let them light the obligatory candles. Is it the first candle or is it all the candles besides for the Shamash? So Chacham David is saying maybe the bench high means that let the kids light the Shamash only, which is not obligatory according to the halakha, really. And then he says, I remember Bimeh Yalduti when I was a kid. So this is Chacham David Yosef talking, the son of Chacham Ovadia. I remember when I was a kid, She'abi Omori, my father, Maran HaRishon Sion Chacham Ovadia Shalita, Hayan Noheg, what was the custom in our house growing up? She'ahad she'elik haneh harishon menot ha'chayuv, after Chacham Ovadia lit the first candle, Hayamaniach yadai betoch yado, he would put my hand with his hand, and he would light together with the children holding their hands. It seems the Sbira that Chacham Ovadia held, because there are some people who say that you can't let the kids light, but I also want to train my kids. And so he said, well, hold hands. If it's your custom to let the kids light even the candles themselves after you lit the first one, you have what to rely upon. And the halakha al-ma'aseh on top, he says, even though minors don't have to light candles, they can't light the menorah for you. It's good to train them. Let them light some of the lights, the extra lights. You light the first candle, and let them light the other ones. You see David on top, when he gives the halakha to the people, see the top is not read by everybody. The top is read by everybody. The bottom is read by the guys who want to learn it. When he gives the halakha to the people, he gives them the halakha. That's the Sfaradi way. You give the halakha. If it's allowed, it's allowed. And then on the bottom, if the guy goes to the bottom, it means he's ready for the next level. Tell him, better to hold the hand. If the kids are not trainable age, they don't know what's going on. They're really little. Let's say 2 years old. Don't let them light any of the candles except for the shamash. The shamash has no holiness. According to the Ashkenazim, all the kids light, then let the kids light also. It's okay that you just light one candle every night. You don't have to light all the candles. And so we see what's the best option. What do I do with my kids? Is we hold the hand like a Chacham, and then my kids take turns lighting the shamash by themselves. That's what we do in my house. But my father's custom was not like this. He let us light the candles, and that's also allowed. And so choose whichever path you would like to.